Hey YouTube. So I wanted to come over here and talk about this topic. 10:33 on the clock. So y'all know, for some of y'all who know 33 is. But anyway, I wanted to talk about, there was and I'm basing it off what this person has said, and it really sat with me, and I'm just like, what makes you, I mean, you got this going on, why they can't have it going on? So what I mean by that, this lady has said, I already said lady, I was gonna say person, but I remember she has said that, why everybody, when you come into a spirit, like I'm spiritual, okay? I'm spiritual, as y'all see, and there's a lot of things that deals with spirituality that makes it different from religion, right? Crystals, spiritual baths, how you pray, how you may be chanting, meditation, just different little things that makes it different than religion. Okay? So that being said, if religion and spirituality is separate in themselves. But anyway, I'm going to get to what I was talking about. I'm not going to get off track. So she has said that when she was talking to people on the live, she was like, why do everybody want to have us, when they come into the spiritual journey and they get tapped in, they get awoke, they want to do Reiki, they want to start doing tarot, they want to start doing all these different things that, people typically go into when they get into spirituality. They light their candles, they do certain things, and then some people roll their eyes. Because I remember her saying that, why everybody trying to have a spiritual business? Do something else. That's probably not even your calling. Okay. But she had a spiritual business. You talk about spiritual things. You do a spiritual business. Why? Okay, if somebody have an interest in something, they want to build on something, why are you telling them, oh, don't do that, or you roll your eyes? I'm like, here we go again. Everybody want to come into spirituality, trying to have a spiritual business. If that's what they want to do, let them do it. What makes you even better? If somebody want to have a hair business, there's millions of people who do hair on this earth. Billions that do hair. Or millions or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the statistics. I don't know the percentage. I don't know. There's cooks. There's people who do art. There's people who dance. And the thing about this is, when you run into somebody who do the same thing as you, all right? And you have this little feeling in your chest or in your stomach, like they say, "Oh, I'm a dancer," and then you a dancer, and then you're like, "Oh, okay," and then you start feeling like, why everybody wanna be a dancer? Why everybody trying to be a dancer? No, it's because you're attracting what you are. Think about it. You're attracting what you are. When I came out of religion and I got into this spiritual walk, right? I started to literally attracting people who believe in the same things that I believe in. When I was in Christianity, I was attracting people who believed in the same thing, who talked about the same thing, because that's what I was manifesting. That's what I was trying to get to. Oh, I want to meet more Christians. I want to have Christian friends. And I manifested it. I started meeting people. They wasn't my friend, but we socialized. Okay? So in your mind, if you're this dancer, or if you're this spiritualist person, you're going to attract people you're going to probably run into people who have the same mindset, who have the same things, kind of like a relationship. If you're this person who, I don't care if some people say, oh, opposites attract. I believe that same attract. Whatever you are, you're going to attract it. I don't care if it's emotionally. I don't care if it's, I don't care if it's like mentally, you're going to attract the same person because you're this person. You wonder why this person's being the same person. You're like, okay, whatever. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Because she was like, it really dawned on me, like, let them have their spiritual business. If it's not meant for them, it will fall off. It won't get into it because maybe God has something better for them. God told them, no, who are you to judge them and tell them don't have no spiritual business? You not God. God will let them know that it ain't finna work for them. Let them dibble and dabble in what they supposed to do. Now, mind you, a person can be, she does birth charts. Now, reading a birth chart is important. So she probably read this person's birth chart. Okay, I will understand if she read the person's birth chart and told the person, you don't need to have no spiritual business. This is what you're really supposed to be doing. I get that. But for those who don't read birth charts, and everybody should tap into their birth chart because it will help you and guide you on what you're supposed to be doing in this life. Okay? But if you're not reading a person's birth chart, if you're not doing anything, you're just mad because you feel like, okay, there's enough spiritual people out here. There's enough spiritual business out here because you have one. It's your pride. It's your pride and your ego telling you, oh, they think they better than you. Oh, you might not be good. You might not be good enough because you ran into this person that do the same thing as you. You ran into this person that do tarot. You ran into this person who do Reiki. You ran into this person. You do all these things too. They might be better than you. Oh my gosh, they might be better than you. That's what your ego is telling you. That's what your pride is telling you. That's what your shadow self is telling you. Oh, this person might be better than you because you ran into another person. Now, that's competition. It's competition. Don't think like that. It's not that. Sometimes you got to shut your ego up because it's nothing like that. It's because you run into a person who do the same thing. There's people out here all day. They run into counselors. They a counselor who run into people who got the same degree as them. They might be having competition in their head, but it's only going to be worse for you if you creating this competition in your head. Let this person have this spiritual business. Well, who are you to tell them, oh, everybody can't have no spiritual, oh, everybody can't do tarot, everybody can't do this. If it's not for them, it will fall off. You keep doing your thing and don't worry about what they doing. You look what's on your plate. You look at your skills. You keep being great within yourself. Don't allow your ego to tell you you ain't good enough. Don't allow your ego to tell you, oh, it's competition now. They finna win, and you sitting over here trying to have competition, trying to read up on stuff and hurry up and gain some more skills because you ran into somebody who also do this. You seen what they do, you seen they art, they craft, and now you're trying to over here study your brain off. Instead of letting your higher self give you the answers, instead of letting your experience make you anew. You get what I'm saying? You're not allowing your experience and your lessons. Okay, you might have failed at something, but how can you make it better? You can study all day you want to. Yes, I'm not saying don't study. I'm not saying don't open no book. You can open a book all day. Okay? But it's the failures and the lessons that's going to grow your potential, grow you and uplift you and be this better person. Okay, because people who wrote those books, they wrote it based off of their experiences. They might got it from another teacher, but that teacher's going to teach them based off experience and what they learned and what they've seen. And then they ran into another teacher that taught them. You know what I mean? It just goes like that. So what I'm to loop around basically, I'm about, the whole thing, I'm going to tie this up is, what makes you better than another person? You're not better than anybody else. They're not better than you. Your skills might be different. You might have a different idea that popped up in your head from that person. They might have a different idea that popped up in their head to do it like this. If they was called to do a spiritual business and you was called to do a spiritual business, then if they wasn't called, it's none of your business. It will fall off if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for them. You look what's on your plate. You focus on what you got going on, not what you see all around you. You're attracting people who have spiritual business because you have a spiritual business. You're attracting people who do tarot because you do tarot. You're going to attract the same things. You're going to attract the same people because you are holding that within you. You are doing the same things. Okay? And there was another thing I wanted to talk about too. I think I forgot, but yeah. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to say because it really got on my nerves. I'm just like, why? Who are you to tell somebody that they can't have something? Unless you looked in their birth chart to see what they, what they all about. This is what they're really supposed to be doing. Okay, do that. But if it's based off competition and your ego and your insecurity, then we got another situation. Okay, we got another situation. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Hope this makes sense. But